morning. How what others are enjoying? At least they won't. You know, Lanka, just that form. Getting out there now. Straight away, yeah, this I can start. How long will it take this stuff? Yeah, what's group boy stuff? How long it will take for them to come? Do they have any update? Okay.
Not answering.
Update from your place?
One is saying very good. You take now.
You know why you're making.
Yeah.
How about our female owners? Fighting. That is 8 hours now. I'm okay for you. Sorry? Yes. Hour 8:30. Let's start. We will start. Okay, I will just brief first what we had. So we were discussing last week, unfortunately we couldn't have the session. So we were discussing about the consumer market. So basically, how we can understand the consumer behavior, right? That was our main topic area in the last session. They hope you can remember we discussed this stimuli response model, right? Yeah, I told you that when a consumer is making their consumption decision or buying decision, they might go through a certain process, right? So that process might be led by different stimuli that they are exposed to. Those stimuli would be maybe the product itself, or maybe different promotion campaigns that the companies are doing, or maybe the availability of the product, right, and the price levels of the different products, as well as some of the other environmental factors like economic condition, technological environment, cultural background, or the social background. Likewise, different stimuli might be impacting for us to do different consumption decisions, or as for us to act different buying decisions. And once they get exposed to different stimuli, they might be going through something called bias black box, which is very much difficult as companies or as marketers to understand the process of how internally the customers are making their consumption decisions. But there are certain ways of like how we can, as companies or as marketers, how we can identify these decision process of consumers. There we have different factors like bias characteristics and bias decision process, right? And after consumers are going through this decision process, they might be doing different responses, like positive or negative attitudes towards the product, or maybe purchase behaviors, what they buy, where they buy, how much they will buy, and also the relationship that the customers might have in the brand and the company, right? For this everything, how consumers get exposed to different stimuli and how consumers make decisions related to their consumption patterns might affect. And then we discussed these four different characteristics. Actually, we could not finish this all four, but we finished the first three parts. How the cultural factors might affect on our decision, and the social factors and the personal factors, right? So that is what we discussed in our last session of this consumer buying behavior. And today we will be starting from the psychological factors. I told you these cultural, social, personal, these things might be a little bit easy for the companies to understand how these cultural, social, and personal factors might affect on consumer decision making. Because we know that, as an example, when it comes to this culture, people in some cultures might be having common decision making patterns. When it comes to product, when it comes to brands, or when it comes to different services. In one culture, people may be having a common behavior. As well as when it comes to social concerns, these social factors and the personal factors, people in those particular groups might be having some common behaviors. Right? As an example, people in let's take this age and lifestyle. People below 20, so in between 15 to 20, they may have more towards the common buying patterns. Right? But when it comes to psychological factors, that is the most hardest thing that we that the companies can understand. When it comes to that understanding level, that is very much difficult because people, though they are in the same group or a common group, people might have different psychological characteristics. Or how these psychological characteristics might affect on consumers' behavior might be totally different. Right? So that because this is always about how our mental process or how our psychological process works. Right? How our motivation, how our attitude, how our perception, and how our learnings, right? How our beliefs, right? How these things are affecting to our consumption patterns might be different from one person to another. So that this psychological part is considered to be the most difficult one, right? Hope you can remember we have finished these things. Right. This motivation, perception, and learning, and finally beliefs and attitudes, right? So these things are the most difficult parts that the companies are facing when it comes to understanding how consumers are making their decisions. Right? So the first one is the motivation. The motivation is a process that starts with the physiological or psychological deficiency or need that activates a behavior or drive that is aimed at a goal or intent. Right? So as consumers, we may have different goals. Goals means different products in our mind to consume. And these are not like goals, something to achieve. These are like goals towards consuming something, or maybe a different brands, right? Or different products, right? Different quantities. People may have different goals. So that is what we mainly discuss under this motivation. Right? I will tell you an example. Hope you all have heard the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Is it? Have you heard the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? We have different levels of needs, right? Physiological, psychological, safety, then social needs, and self-esteem, right? Different levels of needs we have. So when it comes to those needs, people might be focusing on different products or the brands to consume. Let's say we need to have food, right? That is a fundamental need that we all have. So when it comes to that food, how one is trying to satisfy that need might be different from one person to another. Though they are in the same group sometimes. Let's say you all are from one social class and one cultural background and from the same age, let's assume. But when it comes to the food need, how you are trying to satisfy it might be different from one person. One might be trying to satisfy it with rice and curry, another one might be trying to satisfy it with bread, another one with something else, or maybe you're trying to go for a restaurant, or maybe trying to go for let's say a small pastry shop available, right? So people have different motivations to consume, right? So as marketeers or as companies, we need to identify how the people are trying to satisfy their different needs, right? We have like a lengthy discussions for this, but we are not going to talk that much about these areas at your level. So for now, just understand that this motivation can differ from one person to another, or else the same need might be satisfied by different people in different way, though they are in same consumer. Right? So a need becomes a motive when it is aroused to sufficient level of intensity to drive us to that. Right? Uh, so when we have an intention or when we have like a real purpose of consuming something, then that need becomes as a motive. That is why we discuss this under the consumer motivation. Then the next one is perception. So before going to this explanation, can you please tell me what you can see from this image? What can you see? Yes, you see nothing.
Face.
Sorry?
Face.
Okay, face. What else? What else can you see? What else can you see? You can see a face. Sorry? Perception. You can see a man. Yeah, mirror. Right it. You can see a man. What else? You can see only a man. You see? What else can you see?
Lady's face.
Sorry? Okay, a lady's face. You can see a face of a lady. What else can you see? Is it all? I don't know. It decides your vision. It decides how well you can see things. What else can you see? What can you see? Is it black or white? The image? Yes. Take a colors to the again. Color again. See? But can't you see like the person like is playing something? That's one saxophone or something like this. This. That's all you can see, is it? But use only these two, huh? Mamatama dekhiya rangi. Instrument I play karwa ke. Then I will show you another image. Hope internet will work. Did I stop sharing the screen? I don't know whether that is available there. Let's see. Give me a second, that is in my laptop. I will show you. Correct. So what can you see from this? What can you see from this? Now, don't get that image is not clear. What can you see from this? Then I will write down what you can see. Yes, please tell me what you can see. Okay, we can see a face. What else? Sorry?
Two sheeps, two sheeps. Three sheeps.
Okay, we can see three sheeps. We can say houses. What else? Sorry?
Tree.
A tree, we can see a tree.
Grass.
Okay, grass.
Pain.
Wait. What else? We can see tree, grass.
Pain.
Okay, sky. What else? Any idea about the the nature of the face? You saw the mustache. Sorry? This what else can we see? Okay, there's a boy. What else? What else? Oh, what else? Or anything you can see? How about the face? Is it like young, old, or we have no idea? Looks like old. Then I would say we can see a boy sitting on a bench. You can see? Can you see?
It's like a rural area. It's like a rural area.
Okay, it looks like a rural area, right? So we do have different definitions for this, right? At a glance, we see it like a village, but if we further explore it, we can see like the things like old person's face, a boy sitting on a bench, like different hidden things are also there, right? That is what we simply call as the perception, which means how we define or how we interpret the different stimuli that we get exposed to, right? Sometimes some of the brands or the products, pertaining to some of the brands or the products, we may have different definitions, different interpretations. That is why some people really like for some of the brands, while some people do not like, right? Perception. So this is a definition for the perception. The process by which an individual selects, organizes, and interprets stimuli into a meaningful and coherent picture of the world, right? So when they get exposed to different stimuli, they define it with their own experience. Sometimes with what they have heard about, or maybe after their hands-on experience, they define or they try to give an interpretation. That is why we call some brands are good and some brands are not good for some people. While the same brand is good for another set of people. Right? That is the perception we have. So, as companies, therefore, we should try to give a clear picture of what our products are for our consumers. Otherwise, they might be creating or they might be getting different interpretations for the brands that the companies are selling or the products that the companies are selling. So that when we do our communication campaigns or when we promote our products, right, we have to think carefully and we have to give a clear message for our customers. Otherwise, if customers are not getting sufficient information based on the knowledge they have, they might be developing or they might be getting different interpretations or definitions for the brands. Sometimes maybe a branded, a high quality product, right? People can have two different perceptions, right? While some people really like, there can be some other sets of people who do not like those brands. Though that is very much quality, though that is very much comfortable, though that is very much durable, right? People may have different definitions. And then the next one is the learning. Consumer learning means the process by which individuals acquire the purchase and consumption knowledge and experience that they apply to future related needs. It's like once people experience some brands, right? maybe with consumption, maybe with what others have shared, right? People learn about, or else people get to know about brands or the products available in the market. And based on that knowledge, they decide their future consumption behavior. Whether to go for the brand or whether to go for that product or not to go for that product. That is what we call as the consumer learning. And this is not actually a short-term process. This might be a long-term process, right? Because people to get a fixed idea about a brand or a product in their mind, it might take some time. But for the perception, sometimes at a glance, we might make a definition about something. That is why we sometimes give definitions for the people, maybe by looking at their dress, or maybe by looking at how they are talking. Maybe there can be like let's say these educated or wealthy people, but though we but sometimes without our knowledge, based on what they have gone or maybe how they are talking, we might be defining. That is how the perception works. But when it comes to learning, it takes some time. It is a lengthy process. Right? So we have to have experiences, we have to have our knowledge, or maybe we have to have a deep understanding about something before giving a definition for something, or else before interpreting something. Right? So compared to the perception, this takes some time for consumers to decide their behavior, the learning. This is an example for that. Then the next one is the beliefs and attitudes. So attitude is a learned predisposition to behave in a consistently favorable or unfavorable manner with respect to a given object. Right? So this is also like something fixed, but it takes sometimes again for us to have an attitude towards. That is why in Sri Lanka, the attitude towards voting to a political party is difficult to change. It was very much difficult for us to convince that someone new should come to this power. That is why people, though we had so many, let's say these frauds or so many issues with the government, people were like afraid of, or maybe people did not like to vote someone else apart from the main two parties. Because people had an attitude that if someone should come to the power, it has to be from these two main parties. Right? That was the attitude people had. That is why it was very much difficult. These new government, it was very much difficult for them to convince how good they are, or else how well they would manage the country. We never know, but it took sometimes for them to convince our people, because changing attitude is something difficult, because it is again something fixed in our mind. It is again something fixed in our mind. Because based on the attitude, we might be behaving either favorably or unfavorably towards the product. Right? But perception might like change within a short period of time. But the attitude is not like that. The attitude is like, again, like learning, it is a fixed behavior that we have. Right? So based on the attitude, we might be behaving either positively or negatively towards a particular product or service in the market. So the same thing happened with the election as well. Right? So people's attitude totally changed. So they voted for a new party. Right? But since like even before 90s till 2019 or 2020, it was the same attitude that the people were having. Right? People thought that someone is coming to the power, it has to be from these two major parties in the country. Right? Then the beliefs, it's like what we like think to be good or not, right? So these informing the attitude, these beliefs play again a major role. Then the final one, right? See these things, examples. Beliefs, consumers might believe that Apple's products such as the iPhone, MacBook are high quality, innovative, and user friendly. Sometimes we haven't used those things, but we believe that Apple products are good in terms of the quality, performances, in terms of the user friendliness, right? We believe that these Apple products are good. So these beliefs can contribute to positive attitude towards Apple service. That's why sometimes if we do not have an iPhone, but we have a positive attitude, like we might try to buy an Apple phone. That is because we have the positive beliefs, and we have heard that, and with the others' experiences, or maybe with what society is talking, right? We have identified that Apple products are good products, right, or the better products compared to the other items in the market. Right. So those are the psychological factors that I needed to highlight you. And now just like keep in your mind that understanding these, so identifying or exploring how these psychological factors are affecting consumer decision making is very much difficult, because that everything is happening the psychological process of consumers, right? And as I told you, though the people are in a one or the same group or a common group, how these psychological factors might affect can differ. Right? That is why you all are wearing different brands in terms of your dresses, because we have different psychological favorations. Right? Though you are from the same social background sometimes, though you are in the same age background, right? Though you are in like same economical background, still you are using different products, right? Or maybe different brands with some different quantities, right? That is because we have different psychological processes. As consumers or as individuals, we have different psychological processes. Right. So the next one, this is going to be again something very much important. The consumer decision making process. Right? Consumer decision making process. The consumer decision making process, or else we call this as the buyer decision process. So before going to this explanation, I have a small activity to do with you, and please do not go through the handouts I have shared. So just work on this one, right? Just work on this one, and later we discuss this buyer decision process. So I will give you 3 products. We can we have like 13 people. Yes, I will give you 3 products. A mobile phone, then let's say a car, and what? House. Oh, okay. House. Right? We have 3 products: mobile phone, car, and a house. Right. So I will put you into 3 groups. U4 in one group, U4 and U4 in one group. Right. So the first group will be getting mobile phone. Then the second group, you will get a car. Then you will discuss on house. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to talk about. And I know if you get the car, right? So just assume that you all are going to purchase this, whatever the products that you got, right, for your group. And just let me know how you are going to buy this one. Understood? Right? Just assume you are going to buy, let's say your group is going to buy a mobile. Your group is going to buy a house. Your group is going to buy a car. Right? And please discuss in groups and let me know how you are going to buy your product. Right? Don't say that you will go to the shop and buy it. Please discuss in groups and let me know. And better if you do not go through the handouts, right? I discuss this without looking at handouts. How you will discuss actually. If you need to change the product, that's fine. You can change and then let me know. Right? If you're not familiar with house, you can let me know. If you're not familiar with the car, you can let me know first. This is your the new model series.
So what are the three topics here?
Sorry?
So what are the three topics here?
Right, okay. Actually, please let me check how many online people are there. Sorry, actually, it's really sorry. Right. Here I have given 3 products for these 3 groups, but you can discuss about buying, let's say, I will say, right. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir, hear me.
Right. Please just take 10 minutes and think how you would buy a land for your personal usage, right? And please let me know how you would, or else the process that you might follow when it comes to buying a land.
Yes,
Your
sir.
product is land.
Land, yes, sir, okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay, sir.
We will select a particular one for that phones, reviews, and other users from idea. Selected phones. And the other thing is, though this is given as a group activity, just assume that this is going to be used by you, right, as an individual person. Ani පාවිච්චි කරන තමයි ගතිය විතරයි. Group එක විතර පාවිච්චි කරන්න නෙමෙයි. But just assume that this is going to be used by you. You can think that this is going to be used by you. So we need to
research about that.
How do you would buy? Monopolies का बोलूं follow कराएंगे वो political case का निकाल की तरह बना selected part में ये देते हैं वो compare to the same एक आगे जैसे ना करेक्ट के लाना नहीं पड़ा आगे का टेम काफी सारे के क्वाल लाने and process unit is
Same range, same price. Price range and features. Availability of availability of after service is specific. It is a feature. It's a language. So where to buy? Then to buy and converting shops. Very nice. Of course, you want to say where to buy particular products, particular shops. Payment options. It will be more. Next one is buying. That's one. First point is the market research. New models, new tools, and for the government. Yeah, brands also. Brands available. And second one is our margin and price range. Third one is our basic selected models, reviews, allows other same competitors compare other price range. Fourth one is where to buy. Shops and their benefits, payment option, installments. Last one is after this so that's the option for after same as you say that is in the last handout it's like after sales reviews also many. If you want to get that or follow you get same as the handout. We can our by both phones benefits. Buying related products, charge, cable, headphones, power, temporary, it's also we yes, you replenish. Did you wait and waited for this exit? Yeah. He said you are waiting for the exit. He's in front of the laptop. He said, tell me, sister, waited in front of the laptop to start the exit. Yeah. He is the one who canceled last. He is the one that is said when I
Oh, what you done? Huh? You discussing? You have landed by the cup. Yes, I'll give 1 minute.
I was you are the your problem. If any problem comes to you, nobody you are there.
Right, okay, I think time is enough. So the online people, I will first take answers from class people and then I will come to you. Right. Any volunteer group who likes to share how they would buy these products? You okay? Your group is. Please talk loud.
It's per person or for families,
Okay.
and then we should conduct the
Then
market
for what purpose you would buy? Is it for you? You need
for both.
for
And then we should conduct the market online market research, checking our brands, features, prices, and which days, and we should consider about our affordabilities.
Then why would you go only for online research?
Then check reviews to online.
Okay. Yes.
So there are various methods we can find out how to purchase a vehicle.
Okay.
So after selecting the vehicle, we should consider the areas, what kind of areas we should consider for purchase the car. So we should
What would be those?
we should consider about second-hand market, brand, safety features, this kind of thing. So after first we consider these things. We should next we should see vehicle. So I should there are various letters for this one. So we should select. We are going to purchase new car, sales. So otherwise we can get a use vehicle from the individual users.
Yes.
Also we can get the purchase a car from the used car from the sales also. Then from this we need to get the technical support. We need to Actually, we need to check out our farm, check out from the using the technical side. So then, after selecting the our car which are going to purchase, then we should think about how to finance our how to use how to get the finance. Then we can use our saving funds. Then we can use the finance facility. Those are instances.
Yes, how about you? I will comment on later. Yes. For what purpose you would buy a house? To live or to rent out? To live. Because when we are buying something, we should have a purpose. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Furniture and machines and we can also and then we can do the source of funds always. And such houses loans.
Okay.
Investment. Savings. And then we have to buy. And we have to for in BSAA agents and for websites like
Yes.
then we have to search for market rates. And then we have to go for a lawyer and services for, but then we really do quite a lot and for other aspects we have to.
That's all. Okay. How about you? We are going to buy a mobile phone. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
study.
Oh.
After that, we should brands we are going to places. So for that, we understand competitive complete brands, iPhone, Samsung. Yes, iPhone also has different models and pictures, and based on our requirement, we should understand what is our brand that we are going to buy. So, then our budget, and the price range of the budget. After that, selected mobile reviews was compared to other competitive brands mobile phones.
After that, we need to from Colombo, she selected a model and compared the prices with the same level phones. After that, we need to decide a model, a particular model to buy and search to where to buy. Okay. There are more options from imported phones, also TRS approved phones, and the shops where to buy. Someone will give 6 month warranty, someone will give 12 months warranty, installment plans, cash, bank debit. So we need to we need to select a place where to buy. That's the fourth one. Fifth one is buying the phone. Sixth one is buying related products and etc.
My preference. Okay, that's all. Online people, can you please share your ideas? How you would buy a land?
Yeah, sir, can I proceed with it?
Yes, please. Yes. Your name, please. Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Hope you can.
Okay. When it comes to buying a land, I will be deciding how am I going to find the land, which channel I'm going to use it, whether it's going to be Itman.lk or property website or the a local broker. So through him, I'm going to buy a land. So I will be first deciding which channel I'm going to choose to search the land. And after that, I will be deciding the area from which area I'm going to
Sorry for disturbing you. What would be your purpose of buying the land first?
build a house.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Yeah. So to build a house, I will be deciding the area which I'm going to, and based on my budget, I will be saying how much the square foot is going to cost according to the area. And based on that, I will be looking through the channels. I will be start searching it. And when I found out through the channels, like I will be deciding which area it's going to be the land is, the surroundings and the security wise, whether the sandy areas are around for which will threat to the security. All those things I will be having considered before I buying the land. And whether it is reachable to Colombo city easily, and the traffic congestion also I will be considering when before I buying. And let's say that I have chosen fewer lands and I'm deciding to go ahead with it. Then on the lands um, quality also we need to check based on that, whether this land is, suitable to build, or whether it's a martial land, or do we have to spend a lot of money for the foundation. That quality wise, I will be checking it. Then if everything is okay, then I will go ahead and buy.
Okay. That would be your process.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Anyone else in online?
Thank you.
I like to bring some ideas. Additionally,
Yes.
some land purchasing decision, we have to need recognize what is the purpose of buying. Some maybe investment purpose, agriculture purpose, residential purpose, or commercial development purpose. So second thing is
So what
we
would
need
be your purpose? Just think that this is your
uh,
consumption decision. What would be your purpose?
commercial purpose,
Commercial purpose, right? Okay.
commercial purpose. So when we have to second thing, we have to analyze the research the location, land value, such as land value, accessibility, considering uh, get the electricity utilities thing, water, electricity availability. So we have to assess those things. Then we have to then after that we can budget and financing. What's to get the availability of loan availability. We have to take a decision, price decision. So when come to price decision, we have to take some loans availability when deed or something mortgage like that. We then we have to finalize budgets also we have done. After that we have to property view, whether it is we have to inspection the land, visit and we have to inspection lands, whether they have actually it is they have commercial purpose or not. We have to whether we visit and we have to check it. After that we can negotiate the land prices. Some make me they can we can get the some discounters or like that. Then we have to finally we have to legal agreement, purchase legal agreement. Then we have to buy the commercial purpose of the land finally. This is my procedures.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Anyone else joining online who would like to share the answers? Right, okay. So, all your answers, like answers shared by these online people and in-class people, then everything is like, which okay, right? That would be your process. But in marketing, when it comes to these theories, it has been theorized of how these people or how individual would make or else would go through their buying decision process, right? That would be a bit different compared to what you have explained, but everything you have explained will be there. But apart from that, there will be a few things, then you will understand, oh gosh, these things also I could do when I am buying things like mobile phone, car, house, land, right? I could do, right? So I will explain the buyer decision process first, and then I will give you the same activity again. Then you would realize or you would identify how exactly you would go through this process, right? So in this buyer decision process, we have 5 stages, starting from need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, buying decision, and post-purchase behavior, right? The need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternative, purchase decision, and post-purchase behavior. But I will go through these one by one. The first one is the need recognition, right? This is the first stage of our buying decision process. So when it comes to this need recognition, the consumer recognizes the problem or the need of buying a particular product. That is why I asked you the purpose of buying the products given to you. The purpose of buying a mobile phone, purpose of buying a land, purpose of buying a house, purpose of buying a car. There may be different purposes. Let's say as an example, when it comes to this mobile phone, it would be for communication purpose sometimes. Sometimes it would be for online learning purpose. We never know. There can be different purposes of buying these mobile phones. Or sometimes it could be both the purposes, both communication and online learning purpose. Right? Likewise, we might have different purposes or different needs of buying a particular product. Right? So before buying a product, we need to identify the need we have to satisfy. Let's say as an example, during the COVID-19 period, we had no way of going to the universities, going to the schools, or going to tuition classes. So that with the COVID-19, the online teaching or online learning started. Right? But we didn't have a mobile phone or a laptop to join the Zoom, Team, or Google Meet classes. So there a need emerged. Right? The need emerged. So with that need, we thought of buying a mobile phone for our personal use. Right? So that situation might have created or might have motivated you to buy maybe a laptop. Right? Because you had a need of online learning. You had a problem there, you had a real issue there, so that you thought of buying a mobile phone or a laptop. So this need recognition can be triggered by internal stimuli or external stimuli. So externally, right, we had that COVID-19 issue and you were pushed to buy a mobile phone or laptop for your online learning. Right? So that is how we behave in the need recognition stage. So there I have used this cream example. So normally, when it comes to cosmetic products, we do not just go to the shop and buy whatever we want. Right? So we might be looking for the need of having a cream product. Right? Maybe to go against our pimple, maybe to go against our dry skin, right? Maybe to get fair, right? So there can be different purposes of buying a cream product. So with that need, so we feel the need, right? We need to get fair, or we need to do something against what we call this dry skin, or maybe do something against people, right? We have that need. Then the next one is, now we know that we are going to buy a cream product or else a mobile phone, laptop or anything, right? So we need to find information, right? Normally before buying a product, we find information, right? So the stage of the buyer decision process in which the consumer is aroused to search for information. So there can be different sources of how we can find information or else how we can get the information. Mainly from our personal relationships, maybe with from our family, friends, neighbors, or from different people, right? We might be getting information. Or maybe your peers, right? Your work colleagues, right? We might be getting different information. Also, we might be getting information from commercial sources like advertising, salespeople, dealers, websites, packaging, social media. That is what you mentioned, that reviews and everything. But we will not heavily depend on only on those reviews. We will definitely, but we might be getting information from different sources, maybe from experts. Also, we might be getting information from these public sources like mass media, consumer rating organizations. Like let's assume one of these cosmetic companies is awarded from a recent well recognized awarding ceremony. Then we might feel that there is something good, but if that awarding ceremony is something fair. And online searches, peer reviews, we might be getting the information, maybe the experiences they may have shared, right? Their hands-on experience. Also, we might be getting information by experience, maybe by handling, examining, maybe using these samples, right? We might be getting information. So that information may not be limited only for one brand or product. So we might be getting, or else we might be collecting, searching information from different brands. Don't we? Do we get information only about the one brand? Let's say we buy this cream product, they will be collect information about what are these cream cosmetic companies, nature secrets products. No, we will not. We will search for other brands or the other companies' products as well. That is our nature. Because when there are so many alternatives, we always try to go for the best one in the market. Right? That is why when we try to buy a mobile phone, we might be like searching information about my phone, about Samsung, right? But when we are like searching information, we always try to search the information about the product in the same way. Right? And when it comes to laptops, we will be searching information about HP, Asus, different brands in the market. Right? Then in the third stage, we might be evaluating those information. Right? We might be evaluating those information. The stage of the buyer decision process in which the consumer uses information to evaluate alternative brands in the choice. Right? Let's say we get information about 4 different brands, or we decide to find information about 4 different brands in the market. Then from those 4 different brands, we try to make an evaluation. Maybe based on our purpose, right? We do an evaluation. So consumers might be using different criteria such as price, then quality, responsibility, after sales service. This may be, let's say, this cream products, we might be using maybe the ingredients they have used to evaluate, or maybe the certificate they have obtained to evaluate, maybe let's say this market availability to evaluate, right? Price, sometimes we might be considering, right? whether they are doing animal testing, we might be considering, right? These might be some of the factors that we use to evaluate these products. Right? So, mobile phone example as well, we might be sometimes use the battery life, battery health, then capacity, speed, camera quality, different factors we might be using. Because we know that everything will not be in one product. When the camera quality is high, the battery life may be low. So that is based on our purpose. If we need to take photos, then we might be really focusing on the camera quality and the storage sometimes, right? Rather than the battery life. But if you are really concerned on this online learning or communication, then we will forget the camera quality and we will go for the battery life or the battery quality. Right? So depending on our purpose of buying a product, we might be evaluating the alternatives. Right? Isn't that the way that we are going to purchase the product actually in the market? Right? Is it not the way that we are following when we need to buy a product for our personal consumption? Then in the fourth stage, we go for the purchase decision. Right? We go for the purchase decision. We got the need recognition, then we search the information. When based on those information, we evaluated. And in the fourth stage, we went for the purchase decision. Right? Which means we decide which brand to buy. Whether that is Nature Secret, whether that is Sparsilon, right? Love Essence, or anything else. Right? Whether that is an HP laptop, an Asus one, or an Acer one, right? Or there is a Dell one, right? We will decide what to buy. And the buyer's decision about which brand to purchase. Generally, the consumer's purchase decision will be to buy the most preferred brand, right? But again, at this purchase decision, there can be like two factors which are affecting like attitude of others and some unexpected situation factors, right? Maybe like at our buying stage, someone else might be pushing us to go for another brand. Those things can happen, right? Or maybe some unexpected situation factors like a huge discount has been given for the other brand that we haven't considered. Then we might be focusing on going for the discounted product. Right? Maybe a huge warranty, maybe a 2-year, 3-year warranty has been declared for some other brand. Then we might be considering to go for the other brand which we haven't thought. But then finally, the post-purchase behavior, which no one discussed. How we will behave once we purchase it, right? The stage of the buyer decision process in which the consumer take further action after purchase based on their satisfaction or dissatisfaction, right? If we are like getting our expected expectations, right? If we are getting our expectation from the product, which means we are either delighted or satisfied. I hope you can remember we discussed these things. If the product's actual performances are greater than our expectations, then we might be in the delighted stage. If the product's actual performances are equal to our expectations, then we will be in the satisfied level. But if the product's actual performances are lesser than our expectation, then we might get dissatisfied. So based on these, our behavior might be different. If we are satisfied or delighted, we might do repeated purchases, we might share positive word of mouth, we might recommend this brand to others. What we do those things. But if we are not satisfied, we will never go for the same brand again. And we will not recommend this brand to others. And we will really share the negative word of mouth, especially with this social media and everything. We have so many like platforms to share our negative experience with others. Right? So this is the process which has been theorized as the consumer decision making process. Now, would you agree with me that you would follow this process when it comes to these mobile phone, car, house, land, or maybe a program or anything else? Would you agree? Or you will not follow this one? You follow, or will you like change this one? Sometimes you will change. So this is the process that we normally believe that people would follow when they need to buy some products. Okay, I will do this one. After the break, I will give you the same task we had, the same product you need to discuss under these 5 stages. Right? So now I will give you a break for about 15 minutes. Yes. By 10:05. I will give you a break of 15 minutes, and after that we will discuss again. Right, okay, now, let's take 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes. And, discuss how the same product that I gave you, how you would follow this process exactly when it comes to buying the given product to you. Right. Then when it comes to need record, the information search stages like that. You need to tell me exactly how you would find information. Is it from family, friends, or which kind of information you will be getting, right? Exactly, you need to know. You need to explain me. Right, please. Did you have someone here? It's individual, no, not your list. Will I be individual? Sorry? So this you can do alone, understand us. If you are not familiar with, if you are not like, let's assume here, obviously that you may have purchased mobile phones, but if you haven't purchased a car, house previously as your own experience, you can go for something else. That's okay. How would you like? Let's say your group, are you okay to go with the car or do you like to change the product? Then you will be able to share your own experience. Otherwise, you will have to work on assumptions or imaginations. Do you understand my point? Don't you like to discuss about this degree program? There is your own experience. How you search information, how the need aroused, and how you compare the things, or did you need to compare the things? You can discuss. Okay. Right. Then you can discuss about this degree program. For your group, I think mobile phone is fine, or you can change it. That's okay. How about you? You go in a house or would you change it? You go in the house. You have one experience or you will work on your assumptions. Why don't you like to work on your own experience? Then you will be able to talk like authentically. You will be able to share your own experience. Just take one's experience. Target experience. How about like deciding content for your wedding if you are married? That is again something like following this process sometimes. Because I need to talk about your like own examples, own experience. Then only you can remember things. Yes. How about like selecting the salon or your, because we normally do not just go to the salon or whatever the salon is open. We don't know. We as boys go where the place it is. But you as a girl, you may not know. You may not go to that place. Yes, about what you will be talking, please tell me. Like, and you will be discussing about the streaming program. Huh? Streaming program, that's easy. So, then you can share your own experience.
Each month of only one because it is very small.
Correct? Okay. So, most probably that was. Okay, go ahead. Online people, about what you would like to talk about. Do you like to go with the land or do you like to change your product?
And like
Online.
It's okay to change. So,
having
Yeah, please let me know. It's better if you go with one of your own experience or one of the product you have made past, you have purchased past. That's okay, you can change it. Please let me know if you are going to change it. You can think and let me know.
going a general way, we select a particular person, like he's having online classes, he's doing social media also. We can specifically select a mode for him. So his needs, his like that. So it's a very good person. Okay. Name. Yeah, and there is also coming YouTube video. Then, they probably are. They will look at like this. YouTube. So, is that now we need to meet it. So, the need is very good beginner, also camera and a big screen. Yeah. It can really get the camera. Experience that camera.
Yes.
No, clear and big screen. So size screens as big. Quality but display. The need is to find a home with the battery. Same and the US of what is.
Come. Are you the ones coming from Halal or Chila?
Okay. benefit from the particular option. Either select category. They purchase
Still discussing or finished? We finished?
I said, latest move the yes. Yeah. It's really like it's coming under a break, so we budget is almost like 2 lakh. So we surely we are searching for a home for high usage. It's because we need a camera and screen, it will be for home system have to be good. So we are also looking for in terms of interviews. അത് കഴിയുന്ന physical budget information. It is like small flagship line. Top models, really big.
Right, otherwise we will miss this thing. I don't know, like, can understand, that's fine. Done?
If we divide it into
Right. How about judges? Finished. How about you, finished? Done? No. How about you? Done?
yeah, you may ask.
I think so.
Yeah, system. This is, this has to be like this. She will for example, this one, we have to other person. You not need to like he will tell you just to fit, she will take. Yes, he will tell the name is only. Now, search for being in a solver. If a person like this decision. Decision.
Right, okay, I hope you had enough time. So online people, would you like to share your answers? Online? Right, okay, we can go to you. Yes, let's start from you, please. Others, please listen. I will.
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
So can
would
you
you like
hear
to
me?
share your answers? Yes.
Yes, my need is going to be I want to buy a new dress for my friend's event. So that is my need, and I'm sorry.
What are you going to buy?
I'm going to buy a dress. So
Dress.
my need is I want to buy a new dress for my friend's event. That is my need.
Okay.
So I'm recognizing my need as to buy a new dress. And the information search, I will be checking whether I can buy from a fashion website or Instagram for stylish trends and styles. Or I'm going to watch YouTube, or I can even get a recommendation from a friend about the dresses. And next step, the evaluation and alternative is going to be out of this information search, what am I going to buy? If I am selecting a dress, what is the style is going to be and how much price that I can, afford, and the fabric, whether this will match to the event, and maybe the fit is going to be exact, and maybe a place where am I going to buy. And the brand I will be checking.
What would be like your brand?
So
Brands. What would be your?
yes, maybe, yeah, whether I'm going to buy from the Arianti or Mimosa or Absolute Basic. So based on those local brands from where I'm going to buy, or am I going for an international brand? So based on that, I will be deciding I will be evaluating my alternatives. Then I will be coming to a decision. Okay, I'm going to buy a kind of a this particular color with this particular style, I'm going to go with Arianti.
Okay.
Based on my budget, I will be deciding it.
Then your first purchase behavior will be after you actually purchase.
Sorry, sir.
So your post-purchase behavior will be decided after you actually purchase it, right? You will
Yeah,
sometimes
purchased
be
and we are to
satisfied
the
or-
event. Yes.
Yes.
From
Okay.
my friends, how the output is going to be. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else joining online
Thank you, sir.
who would like to share their answers? Right, you, please. So you will be going to buy a mobile phone.
We considered a person who tried to buy a phone for online studies and making YouTube videos.
You have like two
Two
bulbs.
purposes. For that, first we consider time period of the battery. That
Which with the information search stage. Is it?
no, this is a need recognition.
Okay.
We firstly look based on the battery duration for the phone, because that we are main purpose is learning online learning purpose, and then we should consider about the quality of the camera.
No, at the first stage, you don't want to worry about the quality of the camera, battery, or anything. You just need to recognize your need. Your purpose. Because at the information stage, actually, you search for those information. Right? Then your purpose should be like online. There is one either.
Yes.
In the second, okay, you please.
So the second solution is information.
Okay,
Research. After recognizing.
so what kind of information you will be looking for?
As our purpose is a flagship phone with a good battery life and capable of doing YouTube videos and editing, also online classes. For that, information searches, we need a good battery life, camera, and also a big screen which can have quality content to it. So for that, in that purpose, I have to search about in the internet and reviews and other way, comparing with other YouTubers who are working with us, other content creators who are using the same niche like that, and compare them and select some models to analyze, evaluate. For that I will get information from online reviews, YouTube reviews, and the some models using same person's reviews, and also experiencing in shop experience, going to a shop and using that in its hand, and fix a budget for as it comes under flagship category. Will be like 2 lakhs or to 3 lakhs. This information I will get to buy the next step.
Evaluations is like phones. First is on the Samsung Galaxy is a flip. So
Are those in the same range? Yes.
So put into our size category that is to 100,000. So on the gain camera is
What? Just tell me what would be your evaluation criteria?
camera, storage, color, and price.
Number, storage, color, and the price. Okay.
The
Why does color matter? I don't know. It is color. Is it your personal preference? Okay. No worries. We can have, yeah.
So the main purpose is this storage and camera. So battery life. So I think maybe battery life is okay.
Like what? Do we have to this battery? I don't know. I'm not using, but I have heard. Do we have anyone who has an iPhone? Color on them? Do we have to this? I don't know.
approximately, you see.
It is from Google.
So is it practically like,
No, practically not possible.
I think that is difficult, like for us to use even for a whole day, yeah. iPhone,
For our purpose, only we use for that only we can manage.
okay, go ahead, please.
So. Yeah, let's say, it's maybe, around 35 dollars we can use it.
Okay.
So after that, we consider about the price. iPhone 13 price, 164,000 to 200,000. Is that range. Also, Samsung is in 196 range to 200,000 range. So I guess evaluate those two phones.
Then, yes, that's all. Then you are criteria now, price, battery life, what else?
Camera.
Camera quality, screen size. When it comes to camera quality, what is the best one? The iPhone or Samsung? I don't know.
Who has the same
Same features? Other one, display?
iPhone is big. In that rating. Have a big screen.
So
iPhone's display is the biggest one, is it?
Yeah, the particular model.
Okay. Okay, then next one. Purchase decision.
This is then the first I buy it there, I buy it in shops. After, maybe I will, the phone should be approved as the approved or after, when I purchase that time, the phones are available for the particular shops. The
What would be your brand?
friends, I go,
You will be going for the iPhone.
yeah,
Then your post purchase behavior you cannot discuss since you haven't.
Communication, then be satisfied that product. If you
Oh, that's fine. If this had been one of your own actual experience, you would have shared your own example. Right? Then you would realize actually you would share positive word of mouth or negative word of mouth. Make actual moment example එකක් ගොනම. ඉතින් අපිට this කරන්න තිබ්බ මේක අපි recommend කරනවද නැත්නම් අපි frustrate වෙනවද? That's why I asked you to go for your own example. Right, okay. Next group please. Selecting hotel for the birthday party. Yes. Then your need recognition stage is fine, right? Selecting hotel for the birthday party. Then go for information search.
So for that, we are searching what are the hotels available for that day.
Okay.
And the hotel ratings and packages, as well as the is it suitable to the photos, the location, and hotel reviews from previous customers. As well as the customer service from the hotels that we are looking for. And we are also looking for the selecting menu that we need. That are the information that we search.
Okay, next stage.
So, evaluation of alternative options. So, we have to compare other hotels. So, as the alternatives, we
Please simply tell me which criteria you will be using for evaluating the audience.
what other hotels such as
Offers.
their customer service, what kind of food meals they have, whether they provide the great few items or not. That's the evaluation. And when it comes to the purchasing
So
decision,
you will be using only those three, like offers, decorative items,
the items and the rates. prices.
It comes under offers.
Their customer service, quality of the customer
Customer
service,
service.
and decoration. And purchasing
Then
this.
what would be your comparing brands, comparing hotels?
Yeah, so we do 3 hotels,
Okay.
Bandani, Fortress Hotel, and Lanka. So, based on the evaluation, we would like to go with Lanka.
Where is the Nubar located? I can remember. Sorry.
As we chose so, then as for the purchasing decision, so we have to communicate with them about our budget and how much it costs and whether we can manage it using our budget like that. And so all the revision concern, the grading things means all whether they all comes under our budget.
Okay.
So as to the post purchase behavior, it's like after the party, they are satisfied with their food, with their customer service, and their decorations, their health and all. So we might give good reviews.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Next group, please. The most authentic example.
This degree program.
Sorry,
This degree program.
this take program.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the need recognition?
There are many reasons for the obtain a degree program.
Oh, that's fine. There can be many reasons of obtaining a degree program. So I need exactly the reasons of obtaining this degree program, right? Normally, if it comes to a degree, there are like many reasons, no? Right? So what was your main reason or major reasons of obtaining this degree, this particular one?
There are many job opportunities for this degree program. Also, we can get exemptions for the CA and other professional qualifications. And considering cost for this degree program, these are the need preconditions.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, please. Don't worry, just share your own actual exam experience, right? I will share it with the others. Yes, please go ahead. Next one. Okay. Actually, how did you find information about this degree? This so that we can ask from friends, we can ask from anyone. Actually, how did you find information? That is what I need. Is that the way you followed? Your mentors, which means people at your workplace. How about the others? How others followed? How you found the information about this program? Sorry. Okay, you got information. That's all. Okay. How about you? I can see it. That's all. And you totally relied on the information you got from right. Okay. How about you? Sorry? That's all, and you relied on your friend. Is it?
Yeah.
Next day. Evaluation of all radios. Did you evaluate or you just come to the place? What are the other programs you compare this one? It might be. Others, how others compare this one? This.
That's it.
What are the other programs you actually compare with this? Can you do so, or else that's fine if you need to. Did you actually compare it? How about you? Sorry? It's okay. Then you therefore you need to compare this degree with others. How about you? Serious?
For county.
Yes, yes.
They have same subject, so same campus because I'm getting exemptions.
Then your main comparing factor was the exemptions
And the recognition.
and the recognition. Then you purchased it, that's fine. What's the cost of this program? $1 million, I don't know.
Exemption is down from
600,000.
No, 60,000. Exemption 530.
Which is 530,000. For the others,
This for 6.
for 7. That's a good sure. Then how about your post purchase behavior? Are you getting satisfied, dissatisfied? Are you getting your expectations? How is it? Don't worry, just tell me. That's why I asked you to use your own examples. That's why I asked from everyone. How you compared, what idea you used. So the other two group, like they use some hypothetical examples. Right? That's why they did not have post purchase behavior. But you should have post purchase behavior. Or else are you okay with what you are getting? And are you happy or satisfied, delighted? Or you have no idea? Okay, that's fine. But when it comes to your like actual examples, it has to be like that. Right? You should have a proper idea of whether you're satisfied or delighted or dissatisfied, right? Or whether you would recommend this to others, or whether you would push others to follow this one, right? Likewise, we need to have a certain understanding of those, right? So this would be most probably an examinable area at the exam. The famous question that we are normally getting in the exam, right? Okay. So with that decision making process, we have something called involvement continuum, right? Involvement continuum. So based on this need recognition process, or we call this as buying process, consumer decision making process. In simply we call this as CDMP, consumer decision making process, right? That need recognition information search. That process is called as the consumer decision making process, CDMP. So based on the CDMP, we have something called involvement continuum, or else we get two kinds of product, high involved product and low involved product, right? This involvement is based on maybe the time that we spend to buy the product, or maybe the resources that we spend to buy the product, or maybe the other risks that might be associated with our consumption decision. Right? I will ask a simple question from you. Let's say buying an automobile, or is buying a car. Is it a high involved product or low involved product? Buying a car. Just yes and yes. That's fine, I haven't explained it yet. High involved. Why do you say that there is a high involved product?
Investment. It will be used for years. Or we can change like very fastly.
Right, okay. Yes. Buying a car is a high involvement purchase decision. Because it requires resources, a lot of resources. It needs an effort as well. As well as it is associated with risk, because if we make a wrong decision, we will have to suffer with our purchase decision. But I would say this is not going to be a high involvement product for everyone. Right? Maybe for us, this would be a high involvement product. There's a person who knows very well about this cars and who has sufficient money and who does not care about the money, then this may not be a high involvement. So this might change from one person to another. What is high involvement, what is considered as a high involvement product for us may not be a high involvement product of someone else. Right? And the other thing is, I would say, by the lunch menu, how is it? Is it a high involvement or okay? By the lunch menu. Now, don't say that it could be a high involvement for someone, it could be a low. It is more towards a low involvement. But it's very rare, it can be a high involvement for us. It's very rare. Then how about buying a birthday card for your girlfriend or boyfriend? High. Any other answer? It's high involvement or low involvement? Those who say high involvement, please raise their hand. Okay. Two people. Others don't say that we do not have girlfriend or boyfriend, right? And I assume that you do have. So at least you have wife or husband. Then others say that that is low involvement, is it? Low. Answer also say that that is a low involvement decision. Okay, we have 1, 2. Then others, what is the answer? In between high and low? Is it in between high and low? Those who say that is a high involvement, why do you say that is high involvement? Why do you say that is high involvement? Is it you have to buy a lot? You have to buy thousands of birthday cards?
It's like that business. Even if it run, it will
Why that?
influence in the person. Intention about us and our future, everything becomes good.
Then how about you? Why do you say that is high involvement? But let's say from the lunch packet, even we need to get satisfied. Yeah, I mean, lunch packet का तो no point of. That is not. And any other is. Whatever the product it is, because I told you we do not consume products just for consumption. We consume product for our satisfaction only. Whether that is a toffee, chocolate, or even a cup. Then people who say that is low involvement, why? Low price one, yes.
So we can easily.
Yes, we can buy easily.
This is to a dish.
Okay.
Then it's a low cost cars. Then will complete our purpose.
First, I know it. What about you ask?
Can purchase it without low cost.
Oh, it says obviously a low cost.
With the long-term plan.
Yes, not in long term plan. Right, okay. Okay, but if we categorize it as, how about the other sums, any cases? Or you haven't given, you haven't answered, yes. Yes. Then step by step it becomes how it works. That's a more rational answer, like, if we do it for the first time, it would be a high one, then eventually it becomes how it works, while we will not have a product. Any other answer? Others, yes. Right, so, if we categorize this as a low involvement product based on the price or the time that we are getting, that we are like consuming to select the product, that may not be correct. Rather than the price and the time, this has some sensitive aspects, right? If you do not select the birthday card with the right color, with the right wish, right? There might be an associated risk actually, right? Because we are giving this for our girl birthday. So I believe this would be more towards the high involvement one because we need to like find the most suitable birthday card for our love. Don't you? අපිට හරියට calculate එකක හොයාගන්න. We sometimes have to be careful about the color he or she likes, or maybe whether they like for the handmade things or the printed things. We have to be very much careful. But if we are giving a birthday card for our friends sitting next to us, sometimes it could be a Visa card or something else, which means we don't that much care when it comes to giving a birthday card for our friends, like we are caring it when it comes to giving it to a girlfriend or boy. Right? So when it comes to that situation, this high involvement and low involvement is always depending on the situation where we are buying a certain product. Right? And let's assume we are giving a birthday card to our boss. Is it a high involvement or low involvement? Is it high or low? We are giving it to our boss. High? High or low? We have two people who say high, others say low, is it? It would be again more towards high involvement. Right? Yeah, it's like more serious than girlfriend or boyfriend sometimes. Sometimes our everything will depend on that birthday card. We never know. That is, we have some like situational factors playing in that buying decision. Right? So that this high involvement and low involvement most probably depends on the situation where we are doing that consumption decision. Not depends on the price always, not depends on the time always. That associated risk factors, the situation factors might affect on this consumption decision. Or else in deciding whether that is a high involvement product or low involvement product. Right? But in our life, most probably or more towards this high involvement and low involvement can depend on the price. ගොඩක් දුරට අපේ ලයිෆ් එකේදී ප්‍රයිස් එක තමයි තීරණය වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ප්‍රයිස් එක වනේ එකම කාරණේ ඒක high involvement එකකට low involvement එකකට කියලා decide වෙන්නේ. Right? Just think about buying a cake. Buying a cake. When we are visiting our girlfriends or boyfriends house for the first time, right? Then, like, if you have visited, you might be like remembering how much or how many locations we have looked for. Sometimes the price would be around 5,000. But still, we are looking for the best place with the best design, with the best taste. If you are visiting them first time, but when it comes to second, third, like he clearly mentioned, it won't be high involvement, right? So everything depends on the situation where we are purchasing the products. That's why that motor car, sometimes for that person who has enough of money, who knows very well about the cars, the first time he was purchasing a car, it would have been high involvement. But later when he gets familiar, when he knows everything, it won't be high involvement part. Right? Then it would be a low involvement production, right? For those people. Are you clear with this high involvement and low involvement now? Right? So that we cannot clearly say that this is high involvement. Really, we cannot say. We cannot clearly say that this is low involvement. Depends on the situation where we are. Right? So I will take another 5 minutes of time before finishing. So do we always follow this consumer decision making process? Do we always follow this one? What are the situations where we do not follow? If not, I don't know, if not. If yes, that's fine. Do you always follow this one? What are the situations where we do not follow? Sorry?
When kids are crying.
Okay, yes, that's a plan. One of his all examples. When kids are crying, we don't want, we have no time to follow this process. Let's say our kids want something. Our kids want something to eat. Then we'll be like go for need recognition, we'll be search for information, then they will like do everything there. In an exam, if you are getting this answer, don't write it in exam line, you will not be following this answer. Okay, like then there's still be other situations where we will not follow this process.
Right, routine, essential products.
Yes, exactly. When we are buying our daily consumption items or more routinized products, we will not be following this course. Because then we are very much familiar. Let's say we need to buy a 1 kilo of rice, then we will not like look for where it is from, what is made of, whether they have like what we call this organic items, we will not look for anything else. When we are going for the routinized products, we will not be following this process. What else? When we have no alternatives, again we will not follow. Let's say we need to buy, simple example, fuel for our vehicle. Yeah, a few alternatives. Either I was here, the cement or the other thing. Zero. We have a few alternatives. Then we will not be like evaluating or we will not be getting information where it is from, how they have done the purification and everything, we will not be doing. Right? We will just go to this fuel stations and get fuel. Right? The other things. When we have some unplanned purchases, emergencies, and let's assume we are like walking from the sub campus to let's say Petal, just walking. Then when we are walking, we see in the road there's a huge discount for the shows. Then when we assume will we go through this without discount? We will not. Right? We will just go there and buy it if it is okay with us. Right? Sometimes after purchasing, you will be evaluating the articles. That is a normal process. But this is how it has been theorized, but when it comes to actual behavior of the people, we always do not follow this consumer decision making process. Right? Therefore, now from next time onwards, when we are going to buy 1 kilo of sugar, please do not follow this process. Right? Just go there and buy as you have been practicing it so far. Right? But when it comes to some situations, some environmental factors, when there are some environmental factors, we might be sometimes following this consumer decision making process. Right? Okay. So with that, I'll be winding up the session and we'll meet you next
Hello,
week.
sir.
And
I have some clarification.
yes, please.
Sir, what about our assignment, individual and group assignment?
Yes, that is what I want to give you. So next week I will explain you all these assignments and I will let you know what's going to happen.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Right, right, okay. Right, then with that we will wind up the session. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.